Hi, everybody. Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello, Christopher. It's Monday.
I thought you were going to say
That was a
garage,
good one.
PJ.
I was giving you the left thumb. I'll give you the right thumb.
There you go. Ho ho! You have a good weekend, everybody out there, and you PJ.
I had a great weekend. Hopefully you did well.
You know what I did all weekend.
Well, I know you didn't pick strawberries.
I didn't pick strawberries. No, we're going to go get strawberries next weekend. And I'm not trying to rub that in, all you guys up there who are hit with that snowstorm up in the Northeast. But it is strawberry season in Florida. I'll tell you what. And here, let's talk about a peach of a ride.
Oh.
Did you like the way I did that, PJ?
What is this here, Chris? It's kind of like tucked away underneath the backyard buddy lift here.
840 horsepower Dodge Demon from 2018. This was a 1 year only, super high horsepower here. And I'll tell you what, when we talk about cars like the 70 Hemi Cuda and the 71 Hemi cars and the crazy money that they go for now, yeah, you're looking at what's going to be crazy money in 30, 40, 50, 100 years. That 2018 Dodge Demon. And so, what makes this different than a Hellcat? Well, it is a Hellcat, but it's a Demon. Remember, the regular Hellcat was 707 horsepower, so a whole lot more supercharger going on here as well. Still a 6.2 liter Hemi there. And what's interesting is, on the regular Hellcat, you've got the Hemi orange covered valve covers. Here, they're demonic red. You see them right there, BJ?
I do see that.
I'm going to need some holy water for the radiator, I suppose.
You know, you talk about that. We actually had a gentleman who didn't feel comfortable with his tickets for the Demon and would like them removed and transferred to something else because
that's okay.
It was his belief.
That's okay.
That's right.
Believe what you're going to believe. We're all cool with it.
That's right.
And some people believe in horsepower. And this is the big daddy of the horsepower, 840. But here's the thing. Some stuff you may see out there says 808 horsepower. So why am I telling you 840 horsepower?
Chris, why are you telling us 840?
I'm going to tell you that later. Let's take another look at the engine bay.
Oh, because we're going to show something inside the car.
We're going to show something inside.
I got you.
How you get it. So there is a PCM tune. Well, I'll tell you about that later. So here is Mr. Demon right there on the intake, the supercharger, or the supercharger cover, I should say, right?
Yep.
And then look at the air grabber hood. Air grabber. In fact, if you think of the 71 Super Bee, that has an air grabber hood.
Is that like the cowl induction back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, they couldn't have gotten away with that in 1971, something that looks that sort of, Halloween horror story. In fact, using the phrase demon in 1971 got Dodge in trouble because there were faith-based organizations that wrote Dodge letters and said, what are you doing calling a car a demon? So they changed the name of the Demon in like 73, maybe 72, to 73 to a Dart Custom. Yeah, because they didn't want to take on those faith-based organizations. These days, things are a little bit more loose. What do you say, PJ?
So when they bring the Demon back, 2018?
2018. Yep.
Wow.
And they brought it back again for the last call edition. However, those, from what I've been hearing, been going for 50 grand over, 100 grand over a sticker. So we have not been able to get our hands on a 2023 Demon 170. I had to think about it because the 71 was a Demon 340, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and the reason that they call the new Demon a 170 is that you can put alcohol in it. So 170 is supposed to be the proof.
It just so happens it's exactly half the 340 back in the day.
It's exactly half the 340 in 1971. I'm sure that they had some sort of discussion regarding the math of all that. So anyways, what else do you see here in the engine bay besides a supercharged 6.2 liter? That huge supercharger you can take a look at there. Other than that, most of this kind of looks like what Dodge has been doing on all of the Hellcats. If you look down here, of course, you can see, let's make sure I get it on the first one. There you go. Okay?
Right through.
Right through. And then I believe it's on the other side. PJ, why don't you try it on the other side?
Yeah, it does.
Ah,
yes, it does.
Yep. The 707 horsepower cars.
Where's it coming into here, though?
Huh?
Where's it coming from in here?
Ah.
I mean, I can see that one over there.
Yeah.
I don't really see.
Maybe
they just made it to.
Yeah, to even it up.
And you have enough room underneath the backyard buddy lift to open up the hood.
That's right. And then here's this really cool air grabber hood. So you can see it right there. Bada boom.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, let's go inside.
And this is what you were going to tell us.
Yes, and today's episode, I may as well tell you since we're halfway through the episode, 0 to 60 in, this one under 3 seconds.
Yeah, like 2.7 or something like that.
There, come on in. Let's take a look at it. No, they were not available as manual shift cars. Dodge could not get strong enough 6-speed transmissions, manual stick ones, for the Demon. Some of the early Hellcats in 2015, 2016, around then, you could go ahead and get them with 6-speed. I've only seen one. Nearly every Hellcat I've seen, again, except one, has been an automatic car. And, that speaks to how strong that Dodge TorqueFlite transmission is today and how strong it was way, 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 way back in the day. PJ, it is so dark in here, I can't find the buttons.
Which button are you looking for?
So there is a button. So it's 808 horsepower until you add race fuel. So there are sensors in here that can tell if the octane of the fuel in your tank or coming up to the engine, actually in your tank, is high enough to go ahead and give you that extra horsepower. So let's turn it on and see if my lights come on a little.
We got a Demon looking logo.
Well, there you go. So we've got that going on as well. So let's try that again here. Huh? There we go. Here, now I can see it that it's lit in here. You guys see this button right here? Here, let's let this go ahead and do what it's going to do on the screen. And now let's hit here. And when you hit that, if you have, this is loud. You hit the gas pump here, and if you have the high octane race fuel in here, then it will give you all 840 horsepower. But right now we're still at 808. The great folks at Race Gas, I left them a message today. They're going to send us a couple of cans of Race Gas. And once we get that, then we're going to show you how we put it in, just like you put gas in, right? You undo it, pour it on in, and then we're going to show you the difference between the 808 horsepower, and suddenly we'll have access to that 840 horsepower. PJ.
Roger says, so with the 85% alcohol, can you tell the cops that the car was drunk?
That is a good one, Roger. And since Matt is one of our great charity sponsors, I have no comment.
Gerald wants to know, is that the Dodge Challenger Demon? Yep.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, look on over there, and they are serialized. So they made, I've been told 3,000 in the U.S., another 300 for Canada. That equals 3,300. And that is number 112. Is that a 5?
Correct.
1125 out of that 3,000 for the American market.
There's a lot of call-outs in this thing everywhere.
Yeah, there really are. And to get that 840 tune, that chip, you have to spend that extra $1 and get the Demon crate, because that extra tune, that chip, is in the Demon crate. If the original owner was stingy and did not spend that extra $1, then the vehicle would have been limited to 808 horsepower, not 840 horsepower. But the good news is this one has a chip in it, the performance chip from the factory, from Dodge, and it'll get you that full 840 only when you put in that race fuel, like a 110.
And this comes with that crate, right? That big, huge
comes
crate
with the Demon crate as well. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, there's a lot of call-outs, even here at the door.
Yeah.
The lights
Check
come.
that out.
Actually says Dodge needs to bring back the Roadrunner and the Barracuda, maybe the Duster, and Chevy needs to bring back the Chevelle and Nova and Monte Carlo.
I agree on most of those. Maybe I agree on all of those. I was going to tell you, I thought you were going to tell me that they need to bring back the AMC Marlin. No, they do not need to bring back the AMC Marlin. And the reason I thought of that is because when you said CUDA, I thought of the first generation of the CUDA that came out in April of 1964 through 1966. To me, and to most guys, the Barracuda, it was called. It wasn't until 1970 that Barracuda and the CUDA really became a muscle car. But
Gerald wants to know, is there still time to enter? I would love to get that car. I lost my other Challenger. Would love to have that one.
Of course, get it at dreamgiveaway.com. I definitely agree that Chevy needs to bring back a Chevelle. And I'd love to see General Motors bring back Pontiac, but you guys already know that, don't you? Absolutely. Well, there you go. Air grabber hood. 0 to 60 under 3 seconds. This is our 0 to 60 series. We showed you the C7 Corvette on Friday. Talked about that a little bit, and that was fun as well. And tomorrow we're going to have another 0 to 60 car. I hope we get to one of these cool Cadillacs this week for 0 to 60, like the Escalade V and the CT5V Blackwing. Both of those have pretty impressive 0 to 60s as well.
That's our largest financial package
that
we've ever put together, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, big dollars on that, over 300,000. And I've got to tell you, a couple people have wrote in, and I've got to wrap up the show, but a couple people have written in and said, well, I don't want to enter because it's going to put me in a higher tax bracket. Guys, don't worry about it. Get your entries to win. We're paying the federal prize tax for you. You're not going to get a huge tax bill at the end of the year from the government because we're paying that estimated prize tax on your behalf if you're the winner. Right, PJ? You have a lot to do with it.
That's right. Yeah, we'll take care of that for you. Yeah. Kathy, bonus prize race gas on this one?
Right. And we're waiting for the race gas to get here so that we can show off that 840 horsepower on the SRT page on the screen.
Chris, if you had to guess, what is the quarter mile ET on this particular Demon that Paul wants to know?
9.9 seconds.
Ooh.
10 seconds flat, 10-1 maybe. All depends what you have on the tires on there. And that reminds me, even the tires were unique on the Demon when it came out. They had a little Demon emblem on them. They were called the Demon tires. It's true. I'll tell you what, you guys keep those questions coming in. I know we have a Mailbag Wednesday coming up in 2 days. Get questions to Kathy. We will answer them on Wednesday. We're going to have to wrap up for today. Thanks for joining us. We're so glad you guys like watching us. It makes things so great here. And last reminder, now I'll tell you again tomorrow. Thursday, we're giving away the Bronco, and we're finding out who won the 2 Corvettes.
Oh, yeah, everybody's chomping at the bit to find out.
Chomping. All right, guys. I want an outro, PJ.
All right, sir.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. Like an 840 horsepower Dodge Demon that'll get 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It only happens here live in our favorite place on earth. Where is that, PJ?
Right here in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
There you go. See you guys tomorrow.